So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. We are going to be talking a little bit more about this new football game, or PES 2022, whatever you want to call it. Konami have not officially come out and said anything about this being PES 2022. But then again, as Ollie, what are you doing, Ollie, mate? Getting involved in the video. Konami haven't officially announced anything about PES 2022, but they did release this online build for them to test the game. Now, I wanted to mainly put this out to kind of put people's minds at rest as to why personally, now this is personal, this is my honest opinion. I have not spoke to Konami, I have no connections with them. But myself, after playing PES for many, many, many years, there's no way that this is even close to being the final build. If not, there's a lot of things missing, and that's what I want to discuss. So, let's first of all talk about the beginning of the match, right? The first thing you notice here, and I'll pause it, is the crowd. Okay, the crowd is a joke. I mean, it is. There's no way that this crowd is even close. It's almost like all they've done, and a lot of people have been saying, right, that they've imported over the PES mobile game. I actually downloaded the PES mobile game. I tried it out, and I thought to myself, hang on a minute, what about if this is a completely separate game? And this is almost like PES Mobile on console, but it's going to be online only, it's going to be free to play, and all that stuff, and then there's going to be a separate PES 2022. Very much doubt that's going to be the case, but it kind of cropped up into my mind, because yeah, if you look at the crowd at the beginning, and they're all jumping up and down like jelly beans all at the same time, it's in sync, it's basically 2D. That was pretty much a no-brainer in the sense that this is not even close to what the end product will be. This is what we are playing on, by the way. So I changed this to, I put it to level 1 on basic just to try this out. So I'm going to be playing like an absolute noob in this match for you guys to watch. But now you know what I'm playing with. So that's the first point. The crowd is no way near PES 21. Go and play PES 21 and then come back and play this. You know, you're talking 3D crowd versus 2D crowd. That's why, no, that's not finished. Now, there's also many, many, many things. Look at this early finish here. First of all, let me say this much. The goalies in this are pretty much superhuman. And then it's kind of annoying, to be honest. Like, you can't even beat the goalies half the time. And it becomes basically an infuriating fest of trying to beat the back line, get to the goalie, and you can't score anyway. So yeah, the first thing is the crowd. The crowd is no way near where it should be, and take that as a grain of salt. I'm sure they can obviously revamp that and put the final crowd in when you get closer to launch. Next up, we have so many different combinations in this build that are missing. And I'm not just talking about second team press, changing players with R1, obviously is not there. The one that I forgot about was initiating player runs. You can't do that in this build. Why has that gone missing? That was a PES feature. Watch here, look. He's through on goal. Falls on his backside. He's going to miss. Yeah, of course he is. So, yeah, not having player runs makes me think that they just got rid of it for this build, or it wasn't implemented yet, because this has just been sort of... When they put this out, what I'm thinking here, and there's a lot of thoughts going on in my mind when I'm doing this video, so bear with me, because I'm going to be all over the place. I don't write stuff down and go over it. I kind of just wing these videos and talk about what I want to talk about. But yeah, getting rid of the initiation of making your players make the runs makes no sense to me. Like, if you were going to remove that for PES 2022, it seems ridiculous, because that is something that PES kind of introduced back when, like, what, PES 14 came out. Why would you get rid of it? This, again, makes no sense. So you're already missing those three things. Now, when it comes to corners, there's no way... If you got a corner in this game, you'll notice you can't do, like, set-piece options. There's no second player running, there's no near post, there's no far post, there's none of that. Once again, why has that been removed? And that's why I think in my mind that this is such an early build that they are, as they state, and they've stated this, and that's why I don't want people getting carried away, that this is purely to test the online stability. I will say I have had no problems finding matches. I live in Florida. Every single match I've played, I probably played about 10 of them, no lag. Every match was a full 4-bar connection. If there was any 1-bar connections, I didn't bother playing it. But yeah, that was it. I played a 4-5-bar connection, and all the matches have felt really nice. I have no problems with that. So the facts that I think we got to take the positives here, folks, that Konami have decided to put this out. We don't know what state the build is in, Whether it be PES 2022 or not, yeah, I'm sure we know it is, but it's a very, very early build. But they are trying to at least find, you know, the sweet spot. Look at that play there. Can't finish to save your life because, as I said, the goalies are superhuman. But they're trying to find that sweet spot for online and actually sort out the online infrastructure this time around, because they know that they have been lacking severely, you know, over the last decade. Online's not been good enough, and my club is a massive part of PES. If you don't sort it out, you're going to have a lot of issues. So do take that as a positive, folks. Oh, look, he actually scored a goal. I think I actually lost this match 2-0. I couldn't defend. I was still learning the ropes of this and trying to figure a few things out. So, anyway, as we're talking about, right, all the missing features, right, let's add them up. As I said, no player runs, that's number 1. No second team press, number 2. You can't change players with R3 anymore by flicking it, that's a third option. I don't believe you can even let the ball run through your legs. I tried holding R1, I tried holding just R2, unless they've changed it. You can't even do that. That is a basic thing in a football game, to let the ball run through the old pie hole. Even that is not in this build, so that's the 4th one. There's no options to change corner options, as I said. No near post, far post, so that's another thing that's not in this game. There's a ton of stuff missing, obviously, in the tactics menu. That's normally normal for a demo, but this isn't even a demo. You know, this is like, if you're talking versions and like version, you know, if version 1 is the main one that's coming out on release, this is like version 0.2. There's nothing in this that warrants being concerned about PES 22 right now. That's what I'm trying to get my point across to everyone that's saying this is a PES mobile game, I'm not going to buy it, this looks terrible, it plays terribly. Folks, this has got to be an ancient build, and if it isn't, and I'm wrong, then I hold my hand up and say so. I believe we will find out on July 21st, when the announcement videos come out, what they're going to be announcing. You know, the other reason of why they've named this new football game and not like PES 20... They could have easily named this, folks, PES 2022 Early Build Online Stability Test or something like that, so we would have known. They've done nothing of the sort. They've named it New Football Game. They've never mentioned PES 22 anywhere. I know they have a survey that a lot of people are doing and they're asking about gameplay, and they are going to ask about gameplay, of course, because, as I said at the beginning, there are elements to this that I do like. I like the dribbling. I think the defending is very, very difficult now. I think that'll become a lot easier once everyone... Well, they've got to put back the second player press. It's madness that they've removed it. It's a strange decision to do that for such a build. But maybe when they implemented this and literally converted over the game from PES 21 to this, stuck it on the Unreal Engine, did a few minor tweaks, upped the UI a little bit, and then they've put it out and said, right, there's enough under the hood here to get a bit of a stability test out the online, and then come July 21st, we're going to blow everyone away with what we're actually going to show. That's my hopes and dreams. Also, if you guys remember the interview, right? There was an interview that I put out and everyone saw it. Or, well, not I put out. Loads of people put it out. But they spoke about photorealistic graphics, right? Once again, my defending is shocking. But fair enough. This guy actually, good play. Round the goalie, job done. They spoke about photorealistic graphics. Where on earth in this build is there anything close to photorealistic graphics? There isn't. None of it. Absolutely none of it. When I played PES 21, it looked much better than this. I mean, the player models, I think, are quite nicely done because the kits are a lot tight-fitting and stuff like that. But there is nothing in this build that warrants any type of photorealism. And that's why take this, folks, with a grain of salt. You know, it's why I want to put this out, because I don't want people getting, like, so concerned with PES 22, you know, that they're worried this is going to be close to the final. It can't be, and if it is, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't. If they have lost all these features, I wouldn't touch PES 2022, and it's a shame. But I can't personally see that happening. So that's why I kind of want to put this out. Let's just dive into the second half here. Let me know your thoughts of what you firmly believe, all right? That's why I like to put these out as well, because I do enjoy the comment section, and I do read the comments as much as I don't really comment back. I do read what you guys say, and it's you know, it's always interesting to see what you guys have an opinion. Some of you do get a little bit over the top and carried away and worried about this, that, and the other. And there are some of you that have a little bit more of a level head. And you do understand that, you know, this surely is an extremely early build. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch upon today. As I said, let me know what you think below. Here we go. Look, can't get to it. And also the ball physics, like the ball physics are there, but they're also kind of a little bit all over the place. Like the ball doesn't really slow down. Everything's very much kind of the same level of passing. It's very samey with the physics themselves. But I do like the dribbling. I mean, the little round circle is pretty much taken from PES Mobile. That might be in the full build. Obviously, you would expect to have the option to turn that off. And also another thing they removed, and I forgot, was there's no way to manually... I don't know what on earth I was doing there. I don't know manually... There's no manual way of passing it. Like, normally I don't have my controller with me, but you can hold L2, right? And you can shoot with manual, and you can pass with manual when you're on assisted. There's no way to do that here. So half the time, I've been lining up a strike to hit a manual shot, and I keep doing the shielding button because that now is the shielding button. So that's another strange thing that they've decided to take off. You know, so... Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about, folks. I wanted to calm everyone's nerves and titties. That this will not be anything close to the full build. But just stay tuned, right? Because in about a month's time, or less than a month, because it's just, you know, June 26th here, we are going to find out... Oh, a cheeky little dink there. Unlucky. I think about PES 2022. But until then, go ahead, try this online, enjoy it, give it a bash. Let me know if you have been enjoying it. As I said, there are things I like, but there are certain things that just need to be in PES 2022. Otherwise, there is going to be problems. There is. There is. So, anyway, we'll return this week with Master League. Next week, well, folks, not this week because it's the end of the week, but next week we're going to get back to Master League. I had so many chances in this game, I just couldn't put the ball away. Look at this. Look at this. Ridiculous. Look at that. I mean, that goes to show me... Wait, can you slow this down? I wish you could. I don't think you can on this one. But look at this. How does he save this? The ball's between his legs. And it's just... It's crazy how ridiculously OP the goalies are in this build. Anyway, we'll return Master League next week. I'm missing it, so I'm going to get back to it. Stay tuned for that. Let me know your thoughts below. But until next time, let's see what happens here, actually. Look, you can change players like that. That's still an option. What did I do here? Just fire this in? It's probably going to be an anticlimactic finish to this video. Pathetic. There was nothing good. All right, I will see you in the next one. But until next time... Hang on. I'm feeling a mojo. Oh dear. All right, till next time. Take care.